All right. So super informal, obviously.
Okay. All right.
Just caught us talking.
All right.
BS about the camera. Give the folks at home your full name and tell me a little bit about how you got into rodeo.
My name's Abe Morris. The reason I got in rodeo is because I had 3 older cousins. I'm from New Jersey. Before I ever went to kindergarten, my dad sent me to spend some time with my cousins in Woodstown, New Jersey. I spent the whole summer with them, and they were in the rodeo because the rodeo arena was only about 150 yards from their house. That's how I got started.
Okay, so how'd you you just kept going with it and went to the professional level eventually, just took it to the...
Yeah, when I started Cowtown Rodeo, it was what's called an RCA rodeo, Rodeo Cowboy Association. And then later on it became the PRCA, Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association. So I started riding junior bulls. First I started riding roping calves. There was a guy that lived there, he'd practice. And my cousins would, he'd practice sometimes like in the evening, and they would untie the calves for him.
Okay.
And so what they'd do is hold the calf down, and then they'd convince me to get on, and I wouldn't, so they'd bribe me. They'd bribe me with quarters and stuff, for a soda and candy bar. So I'd get on, and the calf would run off, and I'd fall off, and they laughed. They thought it was funny, because I was only about like maybe 6, 7 years old. Then next thing you know, this guy started, Howard Harris III, who owned Cowtown Rodeo, started junior bull riding, and he had 2 sons that are my age, and they were riding. It was a good thing for him because he would basically, it was a way for him to get his young bulls in the chutes and get them used to being in there. He could find out which ones wanted to buck, which ones wanted to play rodeo. So anyway, that's what happened. Got in the junior bull riding event. They put all the other kids on the toughest bulls. They put me on the dink. The easiest one. He was just a runner. I made the whistle. I made $7.50. We had to ride for 6 seconds, not like 8.
Not 8.
6 seconds. No entry fee. You're a little kid, you win $7. Back then, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought, oh, okay, heck, I want to be a bull rider. So they just kept easing me along. They put me on stuff that was not way over my head, stuff to get my confidence up, and then one thing led to another, and riding big bulls. Then I went to the junior bulls, went to the big bulls, and then one of my cousins came out here and went to college, he went to Casper College on a rodeo scholarship, and I just wanted to follow him because he came out. I think too, I tell people if he'd have went to Texas, I bet you I'd have probably gone to Texas, but he went to Wyoming. And I thought, heck, I just want to follow in his footsteps. So I ended up coming out here. I went to the University of Wyoming because I had some scholarships, and I couldn't use them at a 2-year school. It was a 2-year school back then.
Yeah.
So I went to UW, played rodeo. I was the first black cowboy to ever go to the University of Wyoming. Graduated, and I wanted to try to go to national finals just like everybody else. I didn't make it, but I was out there for a while. I never had a sponsor. I had the talent, but I just didn't have enough financial backing. And I started announcing a weekly rodeo over there at Laramie, and then I was told I needed to get my PRCA announcer's card. So I applied for my announcer's card. I'm the first black cowboy to ever have a PRCA announcer's card. There's only 2 now, but for the first, I don't know, maybe 20 years, I was the only black announcer in the PRCA. And then the TV station found out about it. They were going to film Cheyenne in 1989. Said we need an announcer, and I said, I told them right up front, I've never done TV work before, and they said, well, we need an announcer. I said, okay, well, I won't promise you anything, but if you want me to be the commentator, I'll do it. So I ended up becoming their commentator, and they liked me, and they said, if we get the contract next year, you're the announcer. And then one of the guys that was working with the TV told me at the time, he said, as long as we have the contract to do television, you're our guy. So I did it for 9 years, and then Fox Sports bought him out. Cheyenne's committee had some conflicts with the contract, something to do with exclusive rights. I don't really know everything, but Fox Sports wouldn't give in, Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo wouldn't give in, so they stopped televising the finals for a few years. Somebody else did it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but as far as I know, there's not a regular group that comes in and televises the finals. But the first year I did it was July 30th, 1989, which was exactly 27 years ago. Today's the 31st, but I interviewed world champion Lane Frost, bull rider, and we were on camera. I did about 6 or 7 interviews before the rodeo started, because I told those guys, hey, I'm with a TV station, and shook his hand, said good luck, and he ended up getting killed. So I look back, I said I didn't say good luck, I said goodbye. That's part of my story. And then I went on and retired and started working for a financial services company in Denver, and people said, you have a really unique story, you know, New Jersey cowboy, #1, comes out here, rides bulls, becomes a rodeo announcer, television commentator, all that stuff. They said, you have a unique story, you need to write a book about your story. So I did. I wrote a book. I'd probably written 3/4 of the book. I still didn't have a title, and then I thought, okay, I remember a little story. I'd already written the story. It was in the book. It was when I was at the University of Wyoming. The school did a story on me that said, oh, this black cowboy. The guy that wrote the story, I say put a little salt and pepper on it, because, you know, he'd say, how much did you win last year? And I said, oh, I made 2,000, and not much.
Yeah.
I think he put 12,000. He put, you know, a few extra digits and everything. Tried to make it look like I was some super bull rider. And the reality was I wasn't. I was just okay. And when the story came out, a lot of people didn't even know about me. They were like, black cowboy? Student? I've never seen him. Well, that's because I didn't wear a hat or boots or anything like that. So people in my dorm knew about me because they would see me going to practice or going to college rodeos. They'd see me going back and forth with a rigging bag and boots and stuff and a hat, but most people didn't even know I existed. The story came out. The college rodeo was right on campus, right there in the field house. It was kind of a way to promote the college rodeo, plus give me some media attention. And it was a whole page story. It was in the branding iron, which they still print their branding iron every day. And the story came out, and all of a sudden everybody's like, wow, who is this guy? Well, the story came out on Thursday. I had to ride in the rodeo on Friday night, and ended up, I was pretty nervous. I can tell you why I came up with the book title. It's up to you if you want to hear that.
Oh, I'd like to look here.
Okay, well, I'd written the story, and I lived in the dorm with the football players, or Hall. I already knew they were going to come over and watch me, cheer me on, because I was one of their heroes all of a sudden. They'd never had met a black cowboy. So anyway, I remember I was in the dorm, came down the elevator on Friday night. The lobby was packed with football players, and they're all coming to the rodeo.
Yeah.
I stepped off the elevator. They all started war whooping and cheering. Hey, babe! You know, they were doing this stuff. You know, we're coming over. They probably did it like this. You know, we're coming to watch you ride, man. I was nervous because the story said I was this and this, and it wasn't true. So I'm getting ready to walk out the door, because you walk right over to the field house.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to walk over there, and this one student piped up. Hey, Abe Morris, just because you had an article in the newspaper, now you think you're some kind of superstar, don't you? Superstar? You know, she's trying to say all the attention was going to my head. Superstar? Heck, I was trying to hide from people, you know, on the day the story came out. So anyway, I was getting ready to walk out the door, and I just, you know, she's trying to cut me down. Why is she trying to cut me down? You know, so anyway, I was getting ready to get to the door. I took my hat off, and I did like this, just to let her know that I wasn't getting a big head about everything. I said, my cowboy hat still fits. Put it back on my head. They all, whoa, they thought it was a great comeback. Then I wrote the book, and then I thought, that's a good title. My cowboy hat still fits. So wrote the book, and the rest is history.
Right, well, so it's safe to say that you were definitely the first black bull rider then, huh?
No, I wasn't the first black bull rider.
Okay.
Not even close. There's a lot of black bull riders. They just never got the media attention.
Okay.
Yeah, I met Murder Steitman Road. He's going to be inducted in the PRCA Hall of Fame on Saturday morning in Colorado Springs. There's a guy before him named Willie Thomas. Lots of black bull riders. They just never got...
They didn't get the notoriety.
They didn't get the notoriety. They didn't get the points that the judges should have given them. So I'm the first black cowboy to ever have an announcer's card. That's something that they'll never take away from me. But I wasn't the first black bull rider. There were probably, I don't know, I'm not going to say hundreds, but there were a lot.
Fair amount.
Fair amount.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them. weren't in the PRCA, but like Murder Stiteman's considered the Jackie Robinson of professional rodeo.
Okay.
For bull riding. He'll be inducted, like I said. Charles Sampson was the 1982 world champion, PRCA bull rider. You know, I'm sure I've left a mark with rodeo. And,
Well, definitely being the first black PRCA card holder as an announcer. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, nobody else has announced Cheyenne. I'm pretty sure no other black announcer will announce Cheyenne. That's an accolade. And then my next project, I'm working on a book about black cowboys, and maybe one of these days I'll get inducted in the Hall of Fame. Who knows? But I bake chocolate chip cookies too. So I'm a bull rider that went to riding bulls, and now I hope to become a famous. You know, people love my cookies.
Yeah.
Love them, absolutely. I call them cowboy shootout cookies.
Give them a pitch real quick on there. Tell where they can find them.
Well, I have a website. I haven't launched the business. I do have a website.
Under construction.
It's called cowboysshootout.com. So excuse me, cowboysshootoutcookies.com. There is a website. There is a .com that exists. I bought the .com. I registered the name with the state of Colorado. I spell them shoot, C-H-U-T-E, not, you know, so it's cowboysshootoutcookies.com. People absolutely love them. I had a couple today over here, gave them away, and they were just like, these are so good. I know they're good. I've been hearing it for 10 years that I should launch.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a single dad. I work full time. My son's active in sports. I just don't have time to sit down and launch. So when I get somebody that help me, I'll finally get the business launched. I don't, you know, I want to launch it. I want to make a lot of money. Just don't want to kill myself doing it.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that's holding me back. I need help. I honestly know I can't do it by myself. So I'll get to it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not losing any sleep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right on, man. Well, thanks. I appreciate it a lot.
Sure.
Anybody got any questions about him? Feel free to look him up. I approached him yesterday. Never met him before in my life. And he's a really nice guy, really approachable guy. So.
And then the other one, I have two websites. AbeMorris.com. So you can go to my website. You can buy my book. It's called My Cowboy Hat Still Fits. I went through a pretty horrible divorce. The second book is called Justin, Father's Fight for His Son. Both of those are on my website. You know, it's AbeMorris.com. The other website is cowboysshootoutcookies.com. But if somebody wants to look me up, they can go to AbeMorris.com, or you can go right to the internet and Google me. If you go to the internet, Google Abe Morris, you're going to figure out how to get in touch with me, because there's videos and all kinds of stuff on the internet. I didn't put anything on there. I have a Facebook page, Abe Morris, so you can find me. I'm not hard to find.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Sure.